Hello everyone, welcome to a new episode of Heroes of Black. Today's review will be Space Marine
2.
Warhammers.
Yeah, Warhammer 40,000, Space Marines 2. I haven't played the first one, so
Yeah.
I don't really understand the story. I had to read it,
Yeah.
so I didn't know who Titus was, basically the character. So
Okay.
we're just gonna start like
Okay. Let's start with the review. Samuel, you played the game. I just played maybe around 1 hour, I think, or less than 1 hour, just to check the game.
yeah,
So give
But-
us your
1 hour to 10 hours. It doesn't really matter with games like that. It's a game where you just go through it,
yeah.
story mode, and you just go through it. Pretty fun though. It's good.
Yeah, it's
For
not.
Warhammer
it's-
fans.
They're not doing the bullshit, lots of story or talking.
No,
That
they just
when
said
you come to the battleground, then start the
straight in the action.
Exactly.
You're like, "Yeah, let's just go kill some Tyranids, let's go kill anything we see in front of us
yes,
for the Emperor."
yes. With the
They do, for the Emperor.
I don't know, they have swords or it's
They
a
have
gun
chain
or-
swords, power swords, battle knives, and a hammer that I haven't used much. Because the hammer, I only saw the hammer online, and even when you try to go online, I tried to play with other people. When I did quick match, I didn't find anyone because it's a review and our
Yes.
connection is not that good. So I couldn't play the review, so I just played the single player campaign and just went through it.
Yeah.
Like,
What I liked about the game, it's straightforward, and you
raw.
have lots of guns or whatever weapon, and you have to tear down all the aliens or monsters. What exactly? You cut them in half with the chainsaw, or
Yeah.
blast their heads, or do all this
So-
stuff, which is
so the gameplay is pretty simple.
Yes.
You go in,
Violent.
you
It's
have
straight
one
violent.
button, you just keep, it's just cutting. If you use the PlayStation on the PC, which I used, R1 is for hitting, L1 is for parrying, and then holding L2 and R2, holding L2 is to aim and shoot because you have two guns. You have a primary and a secondary like every other shooting game. It's third person, you should just go through. And you can parry at the right time so you can kill enemies faster. And then you press L3 to execute your enemies. Now, executing helps because you have two bars. You have your health bar and you have your shield bar. If you execute an enemy, you get some shield bar back. And you'll be dying a lot if you're playing veteran. I've been playing veteran, so because I'm used to it, I'm used to action games, so it's fun. It's more fun than playing like normal. If you play normal, enemies don't kill you that fast and it's not as fun. So this game seems to be primarily focused on the online, so we'll probably do another video if you guys want for online, because I haven't really played online with anyone. So once it's out, I'll be playing with the guys and see if it's good or if it's fun. But so far, I liked it. I liked the game through and through. I had some surprises. I'm a big fan of some Warhammer factions, and there's one faction I'm a big fan of. You'll see it, and yeah, you see a lot of Tyranids. Like the first five hours, you will see a lot of Tyranids, and the missions are long. They're not as short as I would have thought. Now, usually when you play games like this, action games, you think that it's pretty short. You just do one mission and you go. Like Warhammer. What's that other Warhammer game I played? With that 4-player Warhammer game. You're not playing Space Marine, but you're playing normal soldiers. What's it called? I forgot. Warhammer 40k, Dark Tide. Dark Tide, you play, it's almost the same as Dark Tide, except you're a Space Marine. Space Marines are basically the top of the top in the army of, what are they called? What is that faction called? The Space Marine, I think it's just Space Marines. So yeah, they're the best of the best. Space Marine, Ultramarines. He's basically, in the game, he's an Ultramarine. Yeah, so.
Okay, let's start with the story.
Story-wise, yeah.
Which I just understood which I just played in the first hour. It's just that I'm just asking you guys or my friends, come, let's kick some asses. That's all I got.
No, so if you haven't played the first one, the story is that this guy, Titus, was, what's it called? He was charged with heresy, and I think he was arrested. and apparently he was demoted. So he was in the death when you start. He's in the Death Watch, from what I gather. I think it's the Death Watch. I'm not familiar with all the factions and the Space Marines. So yeah, he was dishonorably discharged or demoted or something, and then he's reinstated and becomes Primaris for some reason. I don't know why. It gets you will know after the end of the game. So yeah, he was Primaris for something, but I don't really know why. Like, why would you bring him back? What was the point of this? And yeah, that's where the intrigue comes. Is like they took him because of some reason. I do know the reason, but I'm not saying. But yeah, so if you played the first one, you'll know exactly why. Other than that, I don't understand why you would like bring another character. You could have done another one. It's not like the story needs a specific character.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. What
gameplay,
about the gameplay?
Gameplay, we already said, like, it's fun. It's really fun if you play.
It's fun when you play with the online, with the multiplayer with the friends.
Yeah,
it will be more.
Probably more fun.
Yes.
I tried some of the you can play classes. I tried what's it called, the Bulwark. I did not like the Bulwark. I just didn't understand why you would use the Bulwark. So I don't know. Some classes seems to be not that good. Then again, I didn't play with anyone, so I didn't level him up. So to finish a mission, you need to level up, and if your bots are not that good, they're pretty shitty. So yeah, not exactly. I can't like say anything about it. I can just tell you about the campaign. It's nice. It's fun. There's a lot of killing involved, and overall, it's actually pretty good. So graphic-wise, I played on my 1070, and then I played here on in a 10. What is it? A 2070? Did you have?
3080.
And it's a 3080. So yeah, the graphics are great on the 3080. On the 1070, you need to pray to God that it doesn't slow down. But other than that, yeah.
Okay, graphics. We just
popped out the graphics, but
yeah.
Another thing.
The graphics are good actually.
Another thing to note about the graphics, like I did play on the 1070, so it's not unplayable. It's actually pretty good. Like, considering some of the games I can't play on a 1070, I can't play them. Like if you ask me, like that game, what's it called? That Relink. What's it called? That game on the PlayStation we played. We reviewed it also. It's the
JRPG. I forgot
the JRPG, the action JRPG. Yeah. That game I can't play it. You need a 2070. If I play it, it just slugs away.
Okay.
At least the optimization is pretty good. If you have a 1070, you can still play it. It's not the most beautiful game in the world, but you can play it.
Yes, sir.
You can play with your friends. It's fine. It's not a big deal.
Okay.
So yeah.
Yeah. For the music, I think we don't need to talk about the music. Actually.
Music? We don't really talk about the music. It just fits the role.
Yeah.
It feels like elevator music background.
Yeah, because you're busy playing.
You're too busy
monsters.
just hearing people dying, people screaming, Tyranid screaming, you being like
the main character's voice is also scary. It's like the Darth Vader speaking.
So when they talk on some type of radio, because in Warhammer you don't use like normal radio, normal computers. It has to be like a man's brain put into the computer, because they don't want AI. It's complicated. So from when someone tried to explain to me, I just don't understand anything. This is Warhammer 40k is complicated. Like, factions are complicated. Everything is complicated. If you don't have any story behind, if you don't know what's going on, my God, you will be like, what the hell is going on here?
Play the game.
Just play the game. You won't understand anything. Just play the game.
And kick some asses. That's all.
Kill everything you see.
Okay, so what is the positive and negative?
So, I wouldn't say a lot of, I can't say everything, but in the main story, it's mostly, the missions are pretty simple. I mean, there's nothing exciting in the missions. It's mostly like, just go in, finish the stuff, and you're fine. The bots are acceptable. Like there are some places where the AI really messed me up. And you have to. There's a place where you have to have like a flamethrower just to get through a specific area, and I have the flamethrower, so I need my bots to do this stuff for me, and they don't do anything. So I'm just running in circles until they kill everything, and I'm trying to kill them with the fire, and the fire doesn't kill the big mobs. It only kills the small ones, and I'm like.
Yeah, it's complicated when you're playing it alone because there are lots of monsters coming the same time on you.
Yeah, so if you're not playing online and you don't have anyone with you, my God, it's complicated. It's annoying. It's like you really need it online. If you want to play this, play with someone. Just don't play it alone. It's basically Gears of War. It's like Gears of War. It's almost Gears of War, except you're not ducking. You can't duck in this game. You just run through everything. So. Other than that, there's not a lot of negatives. Like because it's a game, you know what you're getting into. It's an action RPG. It's an action game. There's no RPG elements, anything in the main campaign. In the online campaign, there is some classes and stuff. The missions are also different. Like that's the fun part. They don't make you redo the missions from the main campaign. You have special missions they call operations that tell you the story of what was happening during the campaign. So Titus tells them, okay, we need to do this, and that in one area, and we will do something else in this area. And actually, the other mission is just to tell you what they did. Okay. So this is a good thing. You don't redo the same stuff all the time. You don't repeat the same mission. You can repeat the main campaign missions if you want, but you can do other operations. There are not that many. There is a like if. They are like a small. I'm not gonna say like how much, because maybe it will disappoint some people that there's not that much variety. It's not a game with variety. It's a game with, you do a mission, you just raise the difficulty and you go like, okay, let's do this in super hard mode. Let's see if we can make it through or not in the online that I haven't tried yet. Other than that, the positives are that the gameplay is pretty solid. Yeah, it's solid. It's solid. I didn't get any issues except for the parry. Sometimes it's not that obvious. You just see the blue thing. There's a blue circle that comes up. The red circle you have to dodge. The blue circle you have to parry. Sometimes it works. Sometimes it doesn't. I just didn't understand the timing.
Timing, I think, yeah.
I don't know. It depends on the timing. But sometimes I knew the timing was right, and it didn't work.
You're busy fighting. Suddenly, some monster will jump on you.
Yeah.
You
So
can just
another thing you will hate in this game is that, okay, if you have the AI with you, it doesn't help you at all in any play. You'll see a monster like jumping from the back of you. Sometimes you just press L1 and you suddenly dodge it for no reason. You just felt it. Sixth sense. I know it was there.
We advise to play with friends so someone can look at your back.
So the negatives is it's a better game to play with friends. I wouldn't recommend playing it alone, even though it's fun. I mean, I had fun for the campaign, but I really recommend that you play it with someone. Okay. It's really one of those games you play with someone. One of those games you play alone. And even if you do, it will be fun. But if you're going to do the operations, God help you, because with the classes and the bots, you're not going to go very far. Especially
you gotta make a plan.
Yeah,
that you will see. We will be watching this area, and I will be watching this area. You
At
know
least
what
someone will cover you.
Your part will be this. Don't let the monsters reach to this.
Especially that area. If you have a flamethrower and you need someone to do something else, or you're doing something and you need someone to cover you for while you're doing something, like, I don't know, repairing or whatever. Oh my God, good luck. Good luck alone.
Okay. Do you want to give it a score, or?
I'll give it a score. To me, it's a solid 7. I like it. It's a good game. It's a game. It's
7.
A solid 7.
Okay.
I would say light 7 if it was that bad, but I haven't played with online. I might change my view after a while, because really it's one of those games that you have to have someone to play with you.
Okay.
It's like, okay, campaign, solid 7. It's a good experience. It's just straightforward. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to think. You can like run around some of the stages to pick up some, like the usual stuff. You pick up some data or some stuff just to make the story more relevant, or some stuff going on in the middle of the game for story-wise. Other than that, yeah, it's just you choose the weapon of your choice, the one that you like the most, and then half of the game you can just use that and you're good to go.
Okay guys, so this is our review for the Space Marine 2. I hope you guys liked our video, and don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and we'll see you on next episode.